Hello, hello, hello.
It is the startling silence that's really doing it for me right now.
Booty, we can't hear you.
We can't see your camera.
In the video, we can't see you. There you go. I guess you guys want music, eh?
I mean, if you'd be so kind. No.
It is not.
I set up the button to do the wrong thing. It unmuted the monitor output, not the stream output of my microphone. So I was like, who's pulling the feedback now? It's not me this time. No, it was me.
Alright, that last minute scramble to get everything ready, I think I'm good for now, so.
Alright, so let's take him in a completely different direction than where he's prepared to go.
Perfect. That was my plan.
I mean, you can go whichever way you want, but I'm just gonna say, choo choo, motherfuckers.
Sponsors. Frank, go. Tobias, go.
Sponsors. Let me bring them up. Do I got to do the new Monument Studios one?
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Last Bastion Studios is still deep in the middle of their convention roadshow, and they're slowly going crazy. As proof, they're going to make a great offer for everyone to come by their table. Say Sean King ruined my D&D life, and they'll give you a free sticker set and 10% discount to any of their comics. Their support is always appreciated. LastBastionStudio.com. And then Monument Studios they're starting a Kickstarter campaign for their Fantasy Plus apps. We lost someone. Bastion. And if they can actually get it off the ground, the app will be so much better than it is now. They already have a team ready to go, ready to start when they get the money. They have new functions ready to go, designed out that they'll get implemented, and they'll also be able to pick up licensed music better from other creators. And they have more surprises as well. So if the Kickstarter is successful, they'll be able to launch it Q3, Q4 this year. They're ready to go. They just need the Kickstarter to be successful. And we're all excited for having Monument Studios be our sponsor still for our campaign. It's great to have them. And they are at monumentstudios.net.
Monument Studios will also be in G-Fest 2024 from July 12th to 14th at the Hyatt Regency O'Hare.
Gimli was making my feet too warm. I had to entice him to lay on the bed.
Hey, Bastion's back.
Apparently it's going to be one of those days.
Hang in there, bud. So, are we doing a little recap? A little recap fun?
I had it and I lost it. Give me a sec.
Okie dokie.
I gotta grab more Kool-Aid while we wait for the recap.
What a sick ass mug.
Is it poison free?
Yo.
Should be poison free. You
Why
guys
do you
can
say
hear
it like
me
that?
all the way out into
Did you
the kitchen.
poison him? Hunter, what
What?
have you done? Why did you poison his mug?
Do you want me to read this in the God voice or in Bertrand's voice?
In Bertrand's
God
God
voice.
voice.
Bertrand's God voice.
Welcome back, everyone. This week, we are running the Never Chosen campaign. Last we left off, the party had reached the city of Aldorf. The party entered the famed library and spoke with the High Priest Mansfield Archibald regarding the note imbued with chaos and the events that occurred in Medenheim. Archibald agreed to make an attempt at deciphering the note when and went
You okay there, buddy?
and went to a private room with magical lab equipment. After a muffled explosion, High Priest Archibald would exit the room with a partial translation of the note and guidance to seek out the elves across the sea of chaos. After giving Archibald all the information the party had gained so far, Archibald agreed to send word to the Council of the States of the party's behalf to further their ability to report the Chaos Excursion.
Is that right?
What?
Nothing.
The party then took up rooms in the university next door to the library before heading out on the town with Ezekiel's as a guide. Ezekiel took to the party to a less than reputable area of town and engaged in some business with the information broker. There, Ezekiel purchased information regarding a suspicious shipment recently received by Archibald Fairchild. The kind of shipment where Fairchild, no. The kind of shipment where Mr. Fairchild had greased more than a few palms. Ezekiel informed the party this would be both a chance to intricate themselves to the city and severely inconvenience a rival of his, and offered the party a job to investigate / rob the shipment. Whatever.
Ingratiate.
Whatever. The party agreed and then made their way to the former von Mittelstein White House now owned by Fairchild. They fought their way through the warehouse, and after speaking with a dead Skaven warrior, they discovered the Skaven had robbed the shipment of warp stones and headed off into the labyrinth of the tunnels. The party searched the rest of the warehouses. Nope. One warehouse. Not many. The party searched the rest of the warehouse, finding nothing outside of the normal textiles and mercantile goods. Ezekiel frantically searched the offices looking for a payday and was rewarded when he found a hidden safe. Then the party agreed to notify the guard, and that brings us tonight.
Let's get ready to rumble.
That's what I was thinking.
Did anyone else pick up that he went
Uh-huh.
towards the end there? He kind of transitioned from Bertrand to more Galaxy Quest.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I pulled the voice from.
I don't remember if I added. Oh, I did. Money. At the end of last session. It's there. We're good.
Okay.
Don't talk to me. I'm resting my vocal cords.
We can talk to you. We just don't want to hear back from you. It's all right.
Hey, Bertrand.
Fuck you. I mean, what?
It's amazing.
Just making sure you're okay. Good. Midtime.
You are
Huh?
our only hope.
Alrighty.
Ezekiel, did you share the loot with everybody else, or
Yeah.
did you put it on your?
No, it's Bastion wrote it down. It's split.
Yeah, and I think I went through and I put it all on your character sheets. You should be good.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, no, I promised you guys a payday for helping me, so I gave everybody a fair split.
I don't think I got the money.
9 platinum, 25 gold, and something else.
Oh, is that it?
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it wasn't very big, but it was a chunk from the safe.
Oh, that money. Oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Is there some other money that we're supposed to know about?
No, I couldn't
Monopoly
remember
money.
if we were getting a payday for this or not.
You have $200 of Monopoly money, Fox.
Thank you.
The payday was if we robbed the shipment and sold it, and all we found was a lousy little piece of warpstone still worth like 600 gold.
Mhm.
Yeah, except it's not like, this. It's more like this.
Yeah.
Itty bitty piece.
Yep.
Okay,
Little
so
needle sliver.
you guys are here-ish.
I think we still needed to notify the guard. Was where we
Yeah, we
ended off.
just got done looting.
Okay.
And then we
Last thing-
bailed.
Last thing we did was shout for guards. I voted down.
You said you wrote it down or you voted no?
She wrote it down.
Both.
Oh, okay. Because I heard I voted no.
I heard voted no, too.
Mhm.
I heard
And the
I
point
wrote
of
it down.
the point of this excursion was to screw over this guy who benefits Ezekiel. Just to recap a little bit.
Yes.
The
Mhm.
point of the excursion was to inconvenience a former rival of Ezekiel's. And we learned when I purchased the information that this was a shipment of illicit goods, and it turned out to be warpstone. The kind of stuff that he got from some other city that was, what the heck? He got from a city that was like corrupted a long time ago through some crazy magic event
I did
type
not see my
thing.
dice roll
Yeah.
or anybody's.
Well, I had updated to version 12 because I wasn't expecting to have to run something. So not everything works out well.
But
So,
go
okay.
ahead.
I say we tell the guards we saw these skeins running in here, and oh my, they're trafficking in illicit goods.
I agree. What a terrible thing for Archibald Fairchild to be caught with transporting warpstone in his warehouse.
Being Skaven.
So I'll get you guys to roll perception just on your own. I don't think that feature is working.
Here we go. But I rolled a
Aw, but I liked my
six.
21.
I rolled a 16.
I
I don't
like my
see my
20.
normal
Oh,
bar.
fuck. This bullshit. This is the DM is blatantly cheating, making us roll twice. I want it on the record that I object to this mistreatment and abuse.
Buddy, you don't even know what abuse is yet.
He's too used to nice DMs. Richter, you can't.
Alright, how do I make it try to roll something when I don't have a menu?
Press C.
Yeah, you got to go to the character sheet.
Ah, okay.
Don't have. Oh, that's not working either. Stupid thing.
Aw. Yeah, I really liked our first set of rolls better.
Whatever.
This is
We
why I
all
won't
just did
update
better.
till about a month or two later.
Yeah, never do that.
I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting to run the game for like another 2 months, 3 months. Whenever Hunter decided he needed a break, I figured I had time.
Always expect the unexpected. But I got a 20, so
Yeah, you guys were just trying to beat
Good
a
job,
10,
Kurt.
so the only one that couldn't find a guard was Ezekiel. You were running out of the warehouse screaming for the guards, and two of them that are nearby come running over, clearly expecting like some kind of fight. Like, what is it? What do you need?
calm down. We have already done the fighting, but we heard some creatures in this warehouse, and it turns out they were giant rats. Skaven. And then we found they were stealing warpstone from inside the warehouse. So I think this is your department.
He just kind of laughs like warpstone. Why would there be
Yeah,
warpstone in there? There's no one deals in warpstone.
Because Archibald
you think so?
Fairchild's a rat bastard.
Please do your job and go check it out, because we just defeated a lot of them, as you can see,
She just
covered in
told us.
blood.
Oh right, you did have one kind of like explode all over you, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
now she's
her
covered
and
in rat.
Yeah, she's covered
her
in
and
she's covered in
Caligar
rat.
are both.
Oh
Her
yeah,
and
I'm
Caligar
exploded.
both
Yeah.
are covered in exploded rat guts.
I am too.
So they look at just like,
I just have like an
okay.
eyeball dangling from my shoulder. Just a couple
Little
bone
rat ears
shards.
just kind of like tucked into your collar.
I'm trying to get the bone shards out of my beard and
Okay, so they kind of take your word for it. One turns to the other and says, "Go get some backup. I will go and investigate." I have a feeling that so you guys cleared it, right? There's nothing. I'm not gonna die in there, right?
There is an open
they have an
hole in the
open
far
tunnel.
corner.
You don't want to go in alone. They may come back.
Okay, so I will stand on the door. He points to his friend and goes, "You go get. Wait, you stand at the door. I'll go get help." And he runs off, leaves his friend, his buddy, just kind of like standing there, like, "What the fuck? How did what?"
Well, now you know he's not really your friend. Just like,
I mean, he did find out last week I slept with his wife, so He's not exactly happy with me.
You are, but also tea.
I mean, she has all of her teeth.
Go find Becca.
Anyways,
What's your name?
my name is unimportant.
Your name is unimportant, or you don't think your name has value?
I don't want to tell you my name because last thing I need is rumors being spread by blood-covered maniacs.
Well, I'll have you know we have a meeting with the Council of States here shortly, and it would be beneficial to you if I said, "Oh, he was very helpful."
Yeah, that's not making
Don't you want a
no.
promotion so you don't have to sneak around with his wife? You can just,
But then,
entice her
if you go to the
away.
Council of States, then word gets filtered down to the Council of Altdorf that some of the guards are adulterers, and then
I'm
I
not
lose
gonna
my
tell
job.
them. I'm not gonna tell them that.
I don't trust
I'm
you.
gonna put you in for
I
the
don't know you.
promotion.
I don't know you. Anyways, you
That,
you go. I have to guard this warehouse. You leave. This is now official Altdorf business. Get lost.
what you don't think your supervisor is gonna want to talk to us about what happened?
It's almost mid-watch. My supervisor is not going to be up for a solid 10 hours. The man's lazy as fuck.
Just gave an attack in the city, and we're left with bumbling buffoons. Let's go.
Goodbye, Mr. Unimportant.
I memorize his
Why,
face.
blood-covered lady
I'm just chuckling as I walk away.
and the dwarf?
I take out a piece of bread
Does he
to
have a
drop it.
badge, like a name badge or like a unit number?
No, just he's wearing like half plate with a moderately well-crafted halberd, big ruffly clothes that are like poking out from the sides of his armor.
Any facial hair?
Zeke is Karen. Confirmed.
Any
I
facial
swipe
hair?
off. I swipe off some of the gore that's covering me, and it accidentally gets on his boots,
And so he
and
goes,
then I leave.
"That's not the worst that's been on my boots tonight. Don't worry."
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're terrible.
I mean, he's working the night shift in like the busiest city in the empire. A bit of
Yeah.
blood on the boots is not a big deal.
So we should go bed down for the night.
Get back to the university. I could also take you by one of the many great taverns, but I'm just going to let you know I'm not going to go in because reasons.
You're
Well, it's
not
pretty
allowed to go
late
in.
at this point, right?
This is Altdorf, bud. There's always somewhere serving.
Didn't we already have rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the university.
Why don't we go back to the rooms we don't have to pay for?
I wasn't talking about rooms. I was saying if you guys wanted to drink after battle, my dwarven friend. But I'm
I
all
have
for
my own drink.
I'm all for going to bed. This mustache
Yeah,
requires a lot of beauty sleep.
I look down at my beard. I need a wash before bed.
I've seen worse.
There's bits of bone and organ and an eyeball poking out my beard. I look back at you. I need a wash before I go to bed.
Okay. Somebody's particular. It's just a
Ezekiel would
little
know
bit
that
of
there
blood.
are baths available at the university.
There's baths available at the university.
Ooh. Now
That's
this ends
fine
with
with
my
me.
We can always
a
frequent
test.
one of the many beauty parlors in the morning if you want to get your beard groomed again.
I don't have that kind of cash. I can take care of it myself this time.
We all just got 9 platinum.
I can take care of it myself this time.
Fair.
So
Saving is good.
the guy told us down. Not in the right book. Different book. So the guy told us we basically got to go to the elves to get our information right.
Mansfield Archibald?
Yeah.
He,
Yes, he
he
did.
said to go to
He said,
Ulfwan.
yeah, seek out the elves and whatever that name is. Same place High Priest Sigmar Heldenhammer recommended.
Do we have a way to get there? What did we decide last time?
We haven't decided yet. It's going to be a long trip.
I also sent word through the library to the the Council of States, who work for and with the Emperor, that we had information about a chaos incursion into Middenheim and Empire territory, so they'll likely come calling for us at some point, and maybe then would be a good time to say that we need to travel to Ulfwand. Is that the name? Ulfwand?
Ulfwan.
Ulfwan.
Ulfwan. And see if
And
they could
where?
provide means or direct us to means to get there.
Good idea.
Okay, so but for now, you guys are heading back to the university, to the dorms, and to the baths for the dwarf.
Yes. Oh, I'll take
Yes.
a bath too. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you get there and you're shown. You might have been shown to the rooms before you headed out. I
Yeah,
think you
we
were.
dropped our
Yeah.
stuff off
We
there.
did.
Okay. So yeah.
Everybody dropped off what it wanted to. Like what Booty just said. Bleh.
Okay. So yeah, you get back, and is there anything you guys want to do before you call it a night?
Well, we don't have to go to the Sea of Chaos to get there, do we? Can't we just skip over Bretonia?
There's still a sea in the way.
Yeah, but it wouldn't necessarily be the Sea of Chaos.
You're thinking this, like if you look at the older map, I think you're thinking of the Sea of Claws, which is up to the north. The Sea of Chaos is the ocean to the west.
Oh, the
And
entire thing is Sea of Chaos.
yeah,
Yes.
and it's somewhere off to the west.
Oh, well, the map I was looking at has it
across.
north of Bretonia. So
Your map is flawed.
It's kind of like
probably.
northwestish.
Hmm.
I just remember when we were first given the instruction, it was we could cross the Sea of Chaos to Alphon to find the elves there, or come here. And because this was right here, we
Hmm.
made this one
Yeah, we
first.
came here.
Oh, so Frank, that map you posted there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Empire is like Europe,
Yeah.
right? So north of the Empire, like northwest there, is Albion, which is pretty much England. Ulthuan is that big circle out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, I see it, but I'm just saying the way I was reading it, you could skip the Sea of Chaos by going west through Bretonia rather than northwest out of the Empire. But that was just my
Okay,
understanding of
yeah.
the map.
Okay, let's get that established. Okay, so you guys good for rest, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm taking a wash and I'm polishing my armor. And then I'll go to best.
Taking a wash and I'm polishing my hair. Thank you very much.
Taking a wash and I'm grooming my mustache.
I am. Where's my spells? Poof. No wash needed.
Gross.
Okay,
I'm
what about
going to
Bertrand?
take a bath. And clean up my armor.
Okay, so nothing major going on between you guys then.
Nope, not really.
Okay, so it turns out that doesn't work either. All right. So just go ahead and take off a long rest for you guys.
God, I forgot how to do that with these new pretty custom sheets.
Tidy Sheets 5e?
Oh, it's the one with where everything looks really nice.
Yeah, isn't that the Tidy Sheets 5e module?
Default.
I'm pretty sure I looked at modules today.
So you're saying words, but none of it's true.
Fine.
I have forgotten how to long rest. Oh my god.
It's up by your level there, top right corner. It looks like a tent.
I'll try to figure it out. Keep going.
Next to the food button.
There it is.
I got you.
Okay, so I am going to steal Calgar.
Oh, thank God
Okay.
it's not me. It's the chaos magic. We're gonna have to kill the dwarf.
Bet
We weren't going to kill the dwarf anyway.
every race.
Oh, racist elves never changes.
Not racist. I just hate dwarves.
My bud, that's the definition of racism.
Racism implies you hate other races as well, like not just one other race.
No,
Does it?
no, it's not how it works.
Pretty sure it doesn't.
How do you feel towards humans?
Yeah, I'm human.
Half.
Yeah,
How do you feel about elves?
yeah. I don't like him.
Well,
He hates
buddy,
himself. Oh no. I don't know what to tell you.
this explains a lot. Are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? I hear Cardinal's a really good listener.
Oh, why are you foisting this onto me?
You're the cleric.
Well,
Nate,
does
you're
not mean I heal
this-
your minds.
this
I'm a
is-
healer of the body.
yeah, body, soul, mind, triangle of, health and
I refuse
fitness.
to take responsibility for the cesspit that is your mind. Thank you.
But the mind guides the soul, which leads the body.
Tragic. Not my department.
Listen, the first step is getting them to understand they have a problem. I know this.
Okay, so ba, 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 ba. Let's get everyone else to roll a d20 for me.
Well,
Good. Get the bad rolls out of the way with the early perception check and the d20 roll.
So you all have an uneventful night. Ezekiel, turns out that the room you were given was
Thought
used
it's
by.
one room with
Was it
bunk beds.
one? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I don't remember the shit.
Yeah, one
Yep.
room,
It was
3
one room
bunk
with.
beds, but when I
Yes, that's right.
misunderstood the 3 bunk beds, I thought it was
Mhm.
one bunk bed with 3 beds, but it's 2 bunk beds with 3 beds, 6 beds total.
See, I'm glad you either remember that or wrote it down because I didn't.
I didn't write it down. I watched the replay for the recap today, so.
That's cheating. Okay. Yeah. So the bed that you took
Mhm.
recently must have had a prank pulled on it because there are some support slats that are missing, and you have a very uncomfortable sleep. But aside from that, your night passes uneventfully. And you wake as the sun rises, and turns out that your window is facing directly east. So you're pretty much blinded by the sun. Wakey, wakey.
I got a crick in my back.
Does he turn to ash when the sun hit him?
Well, I mean, like, it filled the room.
Who? You think I'm a vampire? I've been in the sunlight before.
That's what all vampires say. But did you sparkle?
Oh no!
If I was a vampire, I wouldn't be that kind of vampire.
Oh no, he's
Yep.
too pretty.
You don't want to be the vegan empire or vegan vampire?
Fuck no. I very loudly in the morning, soon as the sun comes up, stretch. Oh god, my back. Try to wake everyone up.
Well, if we're headed out, if we go through Marienburg, I can probably get a ride from my family.
Well,
Get a
who's your
boat trip
family?
there.
What does your family do?
Magic and other things.
That sounds vague.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all wake up.
Yeah, I'm going to be like that groggy kind of crappy night's sleep waking up, just that yeah, blurry eyes, and it takes me a minute. I reach over for my tanker to give myself a morning shot.
You look rough, my dwarven friend. Are you okay? I say it in dwarven.
I'll just kind of look over in your direction and responding back in dwarven. Just very uncomfortable night.
Well, I respond back in dwarven. Well, if you ever need to talk, Cardinal's over there.
Okay, so you guys get up and you start getting yourself together. You figure that you're gonna head down to the cafeteria, grab yourself some breakfast, and as you walk out of the room, uh, there are three armored figures standing at the end of the hallway, all again carrying uh, halberds that are a little more ornate than the ones you saw the city guard carrying, and they just one steps forward and says, "You need to come with us."
Who are
But we
you?
haven't even had breakfast yet.
Who I am is of no consequence. The Council of State has ordered you come with us.
Yep, well, yeah. Guys, we can't really turn this down. Can we
There
get
had
breakfast
better
along the
be
way?
breakfast.
My orders were just to bring you to the council chambers.
With breakfast? We'll buy you, I'll
No.
buy you breakfast too?
I've been up since before the sun rose. I already had
I
breakfast.
require breakfast, or there will be blood.
You can
Breakfast is a
threaten
state of
bloodshed, but
mind.
it will not end well for you.
I do not care about your talking.
Oh
I
boy.
pull out some rations out of my pack and I start to follow him.
Give to me.
I guess I eat some hardtack and I scrutinize every bit of their appearance and look for anything out of order.
From what you can tell, so the guard you met last night was a city guard. From how ornate the armor is, you figure these are guards that came directly from the palace.
I'm just gonna lean in and whisper to everybody one by one. These are palace guards. They're really pretentious. They're not gonna be lenient at all with
Flawless?
anything.
Plowless?
Pow plow
Flawless?
wow wow.
Blah, blah, blah. We can
Great.
English good. Okay, so they lead you through the streets, and the city's starting to wake up. There's a little bit of life. You got the occasional like bakers starting to cook, and stalls are starting to open, and for the most part, the streets are barren. They lead you through, across the Reich again, straight up to the front gates of the palace, and you're all just kind of blown away at the immensity of the building as you're coming towards it. Um, the closer you get, the more, pardon the pun, dwarfed you feel. Haha.
I've seen bigger.
That's what she said. Anyways,
You beat me to it.
It's not the size of the palace, it's how you use it.
Can I
Didn't you
please,
lose your palace, Ezekiel?
It wasn't a palace, it was a manor.
ignoring, I'm going to use their chatter as a distraction to pick up something from one of the breakfast stalls, please. Paying for it.
roll a perception.
Okay. You've made best
Can I
breakfast
assist?
ever. 15.
You pass a baker's stall and you see a loaf of bread that was left out overnight, and you flip him a coin as you grab it in your haste to go by. And like this is stale, and it's like stale and moist at the same time. Like it is not tasty.
Trail rations is probably better than that.
Hate this country, and I hate this country's food, and I hate being awake this early. Every time
We're
we
not in
wake
the
up, there's a guard.
Cardinal. We're just not in the right area. We're not passing through Hobbitville. They've got the good food. Oh wait, Halfling Town. Can't use hobbits in D&D.
I want food.
If this goes well, I'll take us all out to lunch. How's that?
I will accept it. Tobias,
one
would
of
you
the
like
guards
some
looks
of
over his shoulder and
this?
goes, "If this goes well, I'm sure you could just eat at the palace."
Yeah, I was gonna
Even
say.
better.
The moment we got to the palace, I was gonna look for a spread.
Okay, so you go through the gates, um, and when you enter the palace, like it's exactly like you expect. The carved stone of the walls arches high overhead, gleaming polished floors, and they lead you through, down a series of hallways, and they open a set of wide doors, um, that bring you into the council chamber.
Black.
What?
It's
We
black.
need tokens.
Oh, you need to be able to see.
Oh god, they took out my eyes. What kind of fresh magic hell is this? Oh shit, have I been in here before? When I was a noble?
Roll a history.
Maybe.
Good thing I have proficiency in history. 12?
You've been in a room similar, but less ostentatious. Um, the closest you've come to being here was you attended a council meeting for the Council of Altdorf, the effectively the ministers that run the city.
I'm going to lean into my dwarven friend and in dwarven tell him I've never been here before. It's very nice.
I'll just look back and I'll be looking around and I'm like halfway impressed, just like,
Do I recognize
for
anybody in
Ungi
nobility?
craftsmanship, it's decent. You
Sorry,
should
Hunter,
see
what'd you
the
say?
halls. Sorry.
Do I recognize anybody of nobility?
I'm noble. I'm right here.
You don't count.
Roll a history.
That's
I
just
get
because I
on
know.
that as well.
Just because I'm
Yeah.
technically
If you want to, roll a
homeless.
history.
Do I have to roll another one? Or get to roll another one?
Yeah, roll again.
Do I get advantage because I'm from here and I would know the nobility?
Sure.
Hey.
I'm not
Never-
gonna bother because I would
Never
not have met
hurts to
anybody.
ask.
Let's say Bertrand and Tobias. You aren't familiar with anyone. Um, Ezekiel, you don't recognize them, but you know who everyone is based on reputation. Okay, so as you come in,
Is there food anywhere?
there is not. Let me describe what's happening. Okay, so as you come in, the chamber is a wide, imposing space with high arching ceilings, polished marble floors. In the center of the room sits a large, solid table crafted by meticulous hands to display amazingly detailed frescoes of life throughout the empire. The table is surrounded by 7 chairs, six three on each side. So the six are solid pieces created by master craftsmen out of the most resplendent oak available. At the head of the table sits an empty, ornate chair raised up on a dais. The chair is covered in lush red velvet and crowned with a pair of griffins that flank a warhammer that is easily identifiable as Gul Maraz. 5 of the chairs are filled with figures who all exude a sense of power and authority that rivals anything you've felt in the Empire before. The chair closest to the dais on the right side is notably empty.
Just point of order. Before we actually walked in the palace, I would have spoken the command word to my armor so that it looked like a noble's clothes from Altdorf.
Okay.
So I look like normal Ezekiel again.
So, coming into the room, like I said, Ezekiel, you're not you don't recognize them by their looks, but you know, um, based on what's the word I'm looking for here? Precedence, who everyone is on position, what their names are. So starting on the left side of the table, closest to the dais,
Get
you
your pens and
have.
paper ready.
Oh, I'm
Pens and
name
paper.
dropping. Can any
Pens
of
and
us talk
paper.
today?
So
No.
this is left to right.
Uh,
Left
so
side.
left side of the table, closest, so furthest away from you. You have uh, the man who looks after the matters of the spiritual nature is the Grand Theogonist, whose name is Volkmar, Volkmar, the Grim. The middle seat is for matters legal, Supreme High Law Lord, Lector Agatha von Born. And the last one on that side is for matters imperial, is the High Chamberlain of the Palace, Arn Darmstadt.
Did you say Arn Dumpstat?
Arn,
I was
Arne,
thinking that.
Darmstadt, Damstadt.
No, it's arm dumb step.
I mean,
The strongest men around.
Yeah, even in German it's Darmstadt, so like it's like saying Darmstadt.
I don't make up the names. I just pull them off the wiki. The two chairs on the right side. In the middle is for matters magical. Is the Supreme Patriarch Balthazar Gelt of the Gold Order of Wizards.
Supreme Patriarch Balthazar what?
Gelt.
Gelt. Gelt.
And he stands out and like he's got like a very ornate flowing robe and a solid gold mask. And the chair closest to you on that side for matters ambassadorial is Amadeus Menken.
Amadeus.
Oh, I hate you so much. But that's like perfect. I'm just thinking of some giant monkeys going, "Oh, Amadeus."
Amadeus.
Oh no, that's Dr. Zaius. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius.
You said the
Some of the
right far
references
seat
I
is
don't
empty.
understand.
Yes, the one closest to the dais.
Don't worry, Fox. I have no idea
And
what they're talking about either.
who would that normally be for?
That would be for the matters marshal. Which you would know is Reichsmarshal Kurt Helborg.
Okay. Just as I don't know if they're gonna speak to us or if we speak to them first, but however it goes down, like as one of them speaks, I'm just going to lean in and whisper to everybody their position if they're not announced themselves. Just a point of order so everybody knows who's speaking and what their title is. I just don't want to have to go through it all over again, all the names.
Mm-hmm. So you're led in by the guards, and they stop you about 20 feet away from the table, and the High Chamberlain stands and just takes his time looking over all of you. It says, "We received word that you have tidings from the north to bring us. What is it?"
Would the appropriate title be my lord here, right? Because they're all noble and they hold a lord position basically.
Yeah.
So just my
I'm
lord,
gonna casually push Ezekiel forward.
my lord, and I do a bow customary, and we come from Mindenheim, not I think 11 days ago, if because yesterday was 10, right? Is that what we were going with? Uh, 11 days ago, the city of Mindenheim was attacked by forces of chaos. Um, a person trying to become the champion of the Ever Chosen and followers of Korn attacked the temple of uh what's his name?
Sigmar?
Yeah, Sigmar. Heldenhammer. And they were able to access secret chambers underneath and retrieve a holy artifact, a sword. Um, during our time there, we were then tasked with rooting out a cult of chaos that opened the gates of Mindenheim to the forces of chaos from inside the city. We found a cult of Slanesh in a secret cavern beneath the Knack Manor, and we killed a priest or mage or a priest and a mage down there that had a cult following. And we discovered a note that we then presented to High Priest Mansfield Archibald. He was able to decipher some of the words for it on our behalf because it is protected by chaos magic. And on the way here, we also had picked up a job escorting a man doing a census for the areas of the Middenweld. Midden, is that right?
Middenland.
Middenland. And we have those results as well. Basically, all of the towns were destroyed by various forms of and corrupted by various forms of chaos magic in various states of disrepair and rot and change.
I'll just kind of like they sit there and they're almost like a laser focus as they're watching you, and every now and then you see a couple nods here and there. Um, and the High Chamberlain kind of picks up when you mention the census. Like, I'll take that.
Whoever has it, I'll retrieve it, and I assume I'm passing it off to a guard, not walking up to the council table.
Yes, yeah. The guard that's sitting beside you takes it and walks it forward and hands it over. Um, and once they get the papers, they look over it and look back at you and goes, "So, first off, I appreciate you bringing the census, although it's very peculiar that it wasn't brought by the census taker.
He panicked.
Yeah, he couldn't. We got attacked.
I
He
can't
left.
help but question the veracity of what you're saying. If something as serious as an attack on Midnight happened, why are we hearing about it from you and not from the Elector Count?"
From who?
Boris Todbringer, the guy we talked to in the palace over there.
I can only assume it's because he looks down on the people of Outdorf. You know how the Mindenheimans are, you know, they kind of see it as an affront that their city was breached for the first time in over 1,000 years, and he's probably thinking how best to report it, or maybe his scouts were or messengers were killed along the way. I don't know. We did fight some chaos demons in one of the cities on our way here.
If you consider the trip and the difficulties we had getting here, I think you're hearing about it in due time.
The High Chamberlain takes a second to take that in, and before he can respond, you hear a loud boom as the doors behind you are violently thrown open. I just gotta find this, what I wrote down here like 5 minutes ago. So the doors to the chamber open with that violent boom, and immediately you hear the sound of several armored individuals confidently walking across, and like the metal boots are just pinging off the stonework. And as you turn to take a look to see who's coming up behind you, you also hear all the chairs around the table hurriedly being pushed back as all of the council members lurch to their feet.
Oh, it's the Emperor.
So the group entering is comprised of 6 people. The first 4 you notice are tall, powerfully built knights dressed in full plate mail, with rich feathered plumes rising from their helmets, and halberds canted against their shoulders. The left of them is an elder man adorned in golden plate mail with a gloriously thick gray mustache flowing out from beneath his open-faced helmet. And all 5 of those are clearly in a protective stance around the last person, who's a man dressed who's relatively average compared to the knights around him, dressed simply in dark leather pants and a loose white shirt. And his common appearance really belies the true power that he wields. Because while it's clear he's in control of his emotions, there's a fury in his eyes that's obvious to anyone that's looking at him. And when he speaks, his voice fills the room as someone who's at ease giving commands on the battlefield as well as in matter of states. And you hear a rustle behind you as everyone in the room drops to their knees. There is one person this can be, and that is the Emperor of Man, Karl Franz.
Yep.
And
I drop to my knees.
his voice thunders with like a barely restrained fury and says, "What in the name of Sigmar is happening here? Why is it that a matter of this import had to be brought to my attention by the Reichsmarshal, and why did no one come and tell me?"
I elbow everybody who hasn't already to take a knee.
I'll drop to my knee, but noticeably last.
I don't. Sorry.
I politely bow. That's it.
Yeah, I will bow. It's a decent bow, but I'm
Yes,
not
I
bowing.
politely bow, but that's as far as I go.
So he the Emperor stalks past you, gets up to the chair at the head of the table, and the Reichsmarshal takes his chair at the Emperor's left hand. And once the Emperor sits, everyone else kind of like sits down again, and I have to find names again. Uh, Lecter von Born kind of like is fumbling over words and like, well, sir, Lord, um, we we received word that these people had information from Middenheim, but we didn't know the truth of the matter. We wanted to get as much information as we could before we brought it to you. And it's clear that the Emperor is not taking any bullshit, and just looks through the group of you, and his eyes lock on Cardinal, who is noticeably just standing. You got that respective air to you, but um, I'd assume like an attitude that he can appreciate.
If you want, sure. I'm like, yeah, you're cool, you're powerful. What's up?
No, I thought
Says,
she bowed.
I bowed a little bit. I'm not staying there. The fuck?
Yeah. No, that's what I said. Okay. Yep. All good.
and just points at you and asks, "As tell me as much information as you have."
Very well. There was an attack. I repeat everything that Booty has just said.
As I
In the most
expected.
monotone voice ever. Like I'm giving a report. Like there was an attack. The kingdom was breached. We were guarding a temple. Temple got robbed by forces of chaos. It was corn. On the way here, census, villages destroyed. Blah blah blah.
I'll chime in and I'll say, Caligar wanted to burn down the corrupted forces, but I told him no.
Jesus.
I just shrug.
I mean, fire does clear out corruption, so it's not necessarily a bad idea. But I appreciate you not starting a forest fire.
Yes, so be that.
What can you tell me of the size of the forest that attacked Middenheim?
Size of the force. What are my estimates?
Very, very large. That's all I
It was,
got. I don't have a numbers because
I
it was
I
quite
remember he
significant.
said that the numbers like spanned the horizon when we saw them.
yeah,
That's
I would nod towards Bertrand and say our feathered friend here got an aerial view when we were first running to Middenheim in front of the army.
The city of Marienburg was up in flames, and the whole surrounding area was sea of chaos of warriors alike.
So don't underestimate it.
And how long was the city besieged?
Was it
They
One
came
evening.
and got.
a
In
day.
Minaheim or Marienburg?
Marienburg wasn't attacked.
It was
Oh,
just
well.
like various outskirt
Yeah. No,
villages
it
that
was
you
just
saw were
yeah.
getting plundered.
Seemed
Middenheim
like it,
was
Middenheim was attacked for a day.
a couple of hours maybe. We barely made it in when they closed the gates, and then were reporting to the marshals when they had already breached the northeast gate. They sent us to the temple. We went right there, fought our way through to it. They had already breached the temple, and by the time we got to the basement, the champion had already stolen the sword and they disappeared. And when we came out, the chaos forces were already leaving the city.
so a matter of hours?
And you're saying it was a force that could only be described in the space of thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands.
It was like a
The estimate for armed
Tens,
forces? What do you
tens
think,
of
Richter?
thousands.
Tens of thousands? Does that sound fair?
You can throw out any number you want.
Okay, tens of
Think-
thousands.
I mean, if it was that wide where the bird couldn't see the edge of it, I would say tens.
So the Emperor kind of sits back in his chair and he's thinking, tens of thousands.
Of all the gods, not just one.
Yes, they were separate.
And they only attack the city for a day.
They
He
only
said there
attacked
was.
it to retrieve an object. Sorry, I interrupted the Emperor.
He said there was a champion that retrieved something from underneath the temple.
He was very powerful with his armor, and his strength was enough to laugh off our blows as if we were gnats. And after he said, "Oh crap, what did he say?" He raised the sword and said, "Watch as I ascend, or my ascension nears." He teleported away.
Can you describe him?
He was roughly, what was he? 8
The
foot
warrior.
tall, with large and many, many spikes. He was powerfully built. Can never see his face or anything. He was wearing pure dark plate, but the plate was covered in runes and sigils that made it hard to look at. It was painful for your eyes and for your mind.
So he's hunky, he's spiky, and tall, and that's all we got.
He took
I
the
mean, what else
sword.
are you gonna get from a plate mail?
He took the sword, the Slayer of Kings.
I had a feeling it was there. And like as you're describing um, the armor and like the description of the chosen, the Reichs Marshal leans closer and just whispers a couple words in the Emperor's ear, and he simply nods and goes, "Okay." If it's who you're thinking, or if it's who I think you're describing, um, hmm, that does not put us in a good position. When you left Middenheim, I assume you spoke with the Graf before you left.
Yes.
We did.
What is his expectation of you?
We are to assist the Empire in stopping this man from becoming the Ever Chosen and leading the 13th incursion into the mortal realm.
Did he actually tell us that, or I thought it was just a
Mm,
piece of paper?
We're
piece of
doing
paper.
some information retrieval, let's say. We're doing recon.
When I spoke to him in private, it was when you were listening. I mentioned to Cardinal about restoring honor to my family for my misdeeds. It was impressed upon me that for what we were about to do or going to be tasked with, that there'd be more than just that. It would be worth more than that, which would lead me to believe that his impression is that we were to see this through.
From what little I know of you, I do tend to agree. There are times when wielding a hammer can get you what you need, and there are times when a knife does just as much damage. I can bring the hammer to bear, but I believe I need a knife in the dark that'll do just as well. And if you already set on the task by the Graph, I don't see why I shouldn't have you be that knife.
Our current mission takes us to the elves to try and get this missive decoded, translated, without making us go crazy.
My face
Yes.
is openly disgusted at the mention of the elves.
The Emperor
Although we
holds out
do
his hand, and one of the
require
guards comes up to you and says, "The paper."
it's written in Abyssal, and it drives whoever reads it insane.
We also have the partial translation you can overlay it with, though.
I will offer both to the guard with a raised eyebrow.
He takes it from you, brings it up to the Emperor, lays it across his desk, and he looks over the information as carefully as he can. It takes a moment. He looks up at you, kind of raises an eyebrow, and goes, "You don't have a lot to go on here."
No kidding. That's why we need the elves.
That's why we were told we need the elves.
You don't agree?
I don't know. We were told the answer could be here, and we didn't find anything here, so off to the next place.
Karl Franz is like the king of France, Mavado. To give you an idea.
He's more like
The Kaiser of.
a Holy Roman Emperor.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
just sassed
that's a
the
good
Holy
one.
Roman Emperor. Yes. This is gonna end
And
well.
he takes a moment to consider and goes, "We do have there is knowledge in the Empire, but if you're looking for knowledge specific to chaos and ancient chaos, as much as you might not like it, Master Torf, I think the elves are your best shot."
I am
Five
still openly
shudders.
disgusted by this point, and I just get so frustrated that I have to take a swig to help calm myself down as I stroke my beard and just breathe.
We do
I
plan to head to the
suppose.
elves, but we do require some assistance with the transport. It's quite a journey. Perhaps you'd be able to help us with that?
Transportation all the way to Ulthuan.
Just as far as you could manage would be fine. We can find our own way the rest of the way, but anything to help start would be helpful.
He turns to look at the High Chamberlain, and Domstad thinks for a moment and goes, "There are trade ships that are bound down the Reich. I know they're going at the very least to Marienburg, and then from there I don't know where they're going to go. Best I could guarantee is we can get you to Marienburg within 2 days, as opposed to the week it would take you to travel by foot."
Any help would be appreciated, and I'm sure we can take it and potentially follow up a lead on more transportation from our friend Tobias here. But
And breakfast.
well, we'll get there. We could also use a base of operations, for when we come back to the Empire, and I might be a great big ask, but if you could restore my family house to me, the von Mildenstein Manor, that would give us a place to operate out of.
On Mildenstein.
Stretching.
That's worth a shot.
Oh, it always
You,
is.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
I understand it's starting to fall into disrepair, and we could at least see that it doesn't fall further and make the city or be a sore eyesore for the city.
I understand on behalf of my friend, this is a pretty large favor, but given that he is risking his life, and has risked his life, to defeat this great threat, I don't think it's unreasonable.
Yeah, our group can take ownership of the mansion. That will help us a lot.
We also killed a bunch of Skaven last night that attacked Archibald Fairchild's warehouse and were stealing a fucking shipment of warpstone that rat bastard was peddling through this city.
Language, Ezekiel, you're in court. God. But yes.
Yes, you do have a bit of a Sagaraki problem.
I may have been... Ooh, okay, pup. I may have been a drunkard and misused the funds and brought dishonor to my family, but I didn't engage in any of that skullduggery.
It might be important to note, the people that attacked Middenheim, the gates were open from the inside, so corruption should not be taken lightly either.
That was the cult of Slanesh inside the city of Middenheim that we rooted
Yes.
out underneath the Knack Manor.
They had spread among the peasant folk. The easy to turn.
Ezekiel, roll a persuasion for me.
Okay. This is my good stat. One of them.
Guidance.
You know,
Guidance?
Guidance?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a D4,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
yeah, I was about to say, you didn't shout the good customary line, I'm a rogue!
I'm not shouting that in a
You-
room full of other nobles. 19.
Hold on.
I don't think you should cast a spell in the
Yeah,
Emperor's
because it's
Why?
there's verbal component to it, isn't there?
I don't know.
But more
I don't know,
importantly,
but you're in the room with the Emperor of Man.
you
You're
go
about to
to
get
cast.
sized down.
Oh, hold
I'm
on.
just.
You go to cast a spell, and you don't notice that there's a very bemused look on the Emperor's face as you say the final words for your spell, and nothing happens.
Well, that's
Oh.
rude.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna clap like my friend on the back and say, "Look at him, Tiger."
More importantly, is you look at all the magic items you have, and before you enter the room, you felt a sense of magic emanating from them. You don't feel that anymore.
Interesting.
The Emperor kind of chuckles and goes, "I appreciate the effort, but don't try and cast in here."
That would have been good to know beforehand, but okay.
Does that mean that my armor that makes me look all fancy is just normal glamored studded armor?
Yeah.
Nice. Feeling slightly less confident now. Clothes make
Hey,
it
look
the
at my
man.
cloak. This better be temporary. This was expensive.
Yes, armor was expensive.
It's just we don't
And
care for magic influencing matters of state.
it's fair.
The only one who's able to get past that is what's his name again? Balthazar.
Yeah, Balthazar Gelt.
No, that is wise.
So, as a matter of taking over your family's estate, that's below my purview. I assume whatever troubles you ran into were more at the city level, and you're welcome to plead your case before the Council of Altdorf. They're the ones that oversee that.
Am I allowed to impress upon them the gravity of the situation that we are facing? I'd hate to give out information you don't want getting out to the common folk. Could cause quite a scare. I understand. I don't want to make assumptions.
Let's put it this way. If you are able to complete this task and for lack of a better word, save the world, yeah, you can have your manor back. It might be the city that looks after it, but they will never turn down an imperial decree.
Sounds good enough to me.
That's all I can ask. That and if we can have breakfast.
Perfect. Yes.
Yes, you can. The guards will see you to the kitchens. You can have something to eat before you leave.
And well, what's the name of the ship you're gonna send us down the river on?
I hate you so much.
Middenheim
Oh, why?
shipmates.
The name of the ship is.
Drunken sailor.
Just trying to see something that's.
The Merry Goose Chase.
No.
I like that one.
That's good. That would be
Epic
awesome.
side quest. Just improv, buddy.
Nope. I found it.
No,
It's.
we need the airship, the Merry Goose Chase.
It's the Lactanasha.
How do you spell that?
Lactantia.
The Lactantia?
The Lactisa?
Lactanasha.
Hey.
Lactinaca.
I
There it
hate
is.
you,
Oh, okay.
Richter. I hate you. I think my idea was better, but okay.
You ask for names, I give you some random bullshit.
Oh,
And
Just be glad it wasn't the Harvey's Burgmeister.
do you, my lord, do you think Archibald Fairchild could be in on this? I'm not sure what warpstone could be used for, but if he's been peddling it inside the Empire, I know it's a very powerful item.
There are countless that try to get their hands on it. It could be any number of reasons. There could be nefarious dealings, or he could just be after a payday. We'll look into it. Best I can tell you.
Well, I believe it's time for us to leave. I don't think we have anything else to contribute. Unless there's more questions.
I believe we've covered everything.
Can we
The
get some
chaos, the
sort of
Sagaraki.
Can we get some sort of documentation? Because we forgot to ask for this from the Graph, and the city guard kind of laughed in our face before that we are working on, even if it's very vaguely worded, an imperial, you know, license or summons saying we are working on behalf of the Council of States and your my lord, investigating a matter of national security.
The Emperor just nods and Rex Marshal stands up, just yanks a golden seal off his armor, puts it on the end of the desk. Doesn't say anything. He's a man of few words.
I don't know if I'm supposed to approach and take it or wait for a guard
I'll
to hand
walk
it
up
to me.
and put it into my bag of holding.
No one else was coming
Wait.
to get it, so
I'm not.
I can see that like awkward pause of like the metal hits the wood. You hear like that thunk, and then just like nobody moves.
Hmm.
Well,
They didn't like it when
Tobias
I
looks
casted
towards the guards,
guidance, so
and then Caligar just walks up and grabs it.
Yep.
If you have nothing further for us, we'll take our leave.
To the kitchens.
Yes, you can go to the kitchens. I have matters to discuss with my council.
goodbye. I'm just gonna merrily walk away.
I'll bow and walk out.
I did a little curtsy, okay? It's good enough.
Fox.
I'm going to be
roll a d20.
admiring. Oh, sorry. I'm going to be admiring Galmaraz as I walk out.
Oh no. That's so funny.
It was a very bad and very sarcastic curtsy.
They didn't give me breakfast before calling me into the morning. I do not care. Okay? In Inf, we are used to hospitality, and this is not it.
To be fair, it wasn't the emperor wasn't aware we were being called, and I'm sure if he would have been dealing with us from the start, we would have been offered breakfast or the
You can
ability
kiss
to
his
get it
ass
on the
all
way.
you like, man. But my impression has been made.
Before I
Okay.
walk out, can I turn around and be like, can I have a closer look at that as I point over to Galmaraz? I just want to admire its craftsmanship. Truly a
Almaraz isn't.
beautiful piece of work.
It's not there.
Oh, I thought you said it was.
No, it's like carved into the top of his chair.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
At least I'm not this guy.
I mean, you put a beautiful hammer in front of me. I mean, come on. But it wasn't there. I thought it
Can
was
I stare
actually
at your
there.
chair, bro?
So that never happens. Nope. I'm not gonna go look up at a chair.
Can
You
I look at your
do.
hammer, bro?
Calgar, roll perception.
Perception. 15.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, not great.
So the guards lead you out, and you go winding through. They take you through the backstairs because they really don't want people to know that you're about. And they bring you down to the kitchens where the cooks give you a decent breakfast of whatever you want.
I'll
Yes.
have the finest cup of tea, eggs, sausage, bacon, and country potatoes with the like bell peppers and onions in them.
2.
Give me a good German breakfast.
I don't know what this German is you speak of. Okay.
Zemnian.
It's a different campaign, buddy.
We're,
I mean,
we're
the Empire is
a
pretty
little
much
bit.
Germany, so yeah. Give
Oh,
you,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I
I'm
was
gonna
saying.
go for like a hearty breakfast of those country potatoes covered in gravy, some nice big biscuits, like a leg of ham, or not leg of ham, a leg of beef. My brain.
Stop
Sorry,
making me
I'm all
hungry.
over the
It's
place.
4 a.m.
Well, I just scarfed down something when I got home before I hopped on the computer, so that's starting to sound good too. Okay, moving on from the food.
We should head to the trade ship, find out when they're heading out.
Can I have some waffles?
You get nice fluffy waffles with like the purest maple syrup you ever had.
With bacon and extra bacon so I could have pocket bacon.
Pocket bacon. Yeah, they give you what you're asking for.
I'd
If they're
like
just
2
giving us
pounds of
food,
bacon, please.
Okay, make a note. You have 2 pounds of bacon.
if they're just giving us food, I'd like to order like 20 Scotch eggs to take for the road.
Uncivilized fools. Where's the pie?
I mean, we're at a fucking palace. They should just at least give us like weeks worth of rations and shit like that.
Quick, show them the symbol that we got, and tell them we're supposed to take some supplies for the road.
Stop abusing that. It's gonna get old real
Roll
fast.
persuasion.
Oh boy.
Hang on.
Can I help? Give them.
He's not even at his desk.
Yeah, I'm talking
You
to
have
you
you
from
have
the kitchen.
you have
Yeah,
5
like
seconds to roll
Lady.
persuasion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and a half and a quarter. There you go.
anybody not me, roll persuasion.
Wait, was I getting
I-
advantage from the help? I heard I was getting help.
Uh, I'd say you were, but then Bertrand rolled for you, so no. Um, they just kind of shake their hand like, we were told to provide you breakfast.
I would like some pastries. I hear you have good pastries.
Roll persuasion.
Come on. The only roll that ever mattered. 14.
He kind of like leans back, he's talking, looks out the window, goes, the baker might have something ready.
How much would it
Yeah.
be for like an extra 10 days of food?
There's an actual number for that, isn't there?
Probably somewhere. I have no idea where to look. Good luck.
What fun is having a symbol of the Empire if you can't abuse it just a little bit?
Yeah,
I
for
agree.
food.
10 days of food. I'd say 10 gold
Per person.
per person.
And there's if are we buying it from the kitchen or are we just buying it from a stand on the way out to the trade ship?
No, this is the kitchen. This is the palace kitchen.
We could stop by a provision shop. I don't think they're gonna load up
Yeah, I'm just
6
gonna get
people
mine
with.
at a general store because I just want like hardtack and cheese and the normal rations that don't go bad.
If only I had a chest of preserving.
Did we actually?
No, he said
No, I
if
said
only.
If only.
yeah, if only. We don't actually have one of those.
If
I
only
would
we had
like
an
one,
artificer who
but
could make one.
I just need to know how much it'll be to make it.
Board above fridge. Board above fridge.
Well, if we're headed out and we're headed to the trade ship, I'll buy 2 sets of. Well, I'll buy everyone nicer sets of rations for the road at double the price. So 100 gold for the 5 of us for 10 days.
Oh, nice. Thank you, buddy.
Sure.
I gave you a nod of appreciation and a clap on the back.
The kitchen staff sees that and looks at the definitely pointed ears on Tobias and goes, from a dwarf, that's almost
That's
like giving you a hug.
that's
I'm impressed. I never would have expected that.
We've
You're
been working
learning.
together for a while. There's a little bit of trust finally forming between the two.
Yeah,
He knows
I
how
haven't
to shoot
managed to
an
kill them
arrow.
off yet. What?
I said he knows how to shoot an arrow.
Yeah. Yep. So to the Lactantia. Right?
Yeah, that's
Lactanation?
never gonna get misinterpreted at all. Let's go to the lactation, guys. Let's go.
Lactation.
You keep asking for names, I'm telling you.
You could have had the Merry Goose Chase, but no, you wanted lactation. That's fine. That's fine. I see how it is.
Mary Goose Chase does not sound like a proper ship name.
But
Lactantia kind of does.
Does it?
I'm sorry, I can't think of anything else but a
Is it,
ship that has like a cow as its masthead and it's just very cow themed.
I mean, like, it's right up there with Lusitania, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, Lusitania isn't a name, like, but lactation.
Man,
Lactation.
it's something lost in translation.
This is gonna be a YouTube short.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Okay, so yeah, you head down to the docks. You find the ship you're looking for. To Calgar's surprise, it is shockingly uncow-like. And yeah, you present the seal, and the first mate of the ship kind of looks up at the sun and says, "Well, tide is. Let's say we're leaving in probably about 3 hours."
Said
That
Okay.
people
means,
start packing.
yep. Well, we still need to go grab our stuff from the university.
I have my stuff. I
Yeah.
don't leave my stuff anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I need
My stuff
to.
stays with me.
I need to run one errand. I can go solo, so it can go quick since I know the streets.
Well, if you think you can get there and back in the 3 hours, we are leaving at that time, and whether you have that fancy seal of yours or not, we have to go.
Can I make it to the CD Reichsbar and back in that 3 hours if I jogged through the city?
Ezekiel, I think we could go faster if I just carry you.
Roll a survival.
Now this I want to see.
Wouldn't that be half movement because you're dragging somebody, though?
I'd be flying.
Yeah, but half your flying speed?
You're fairly certain that the alleys that you know would give you a shortcut. You could probably get there. About 45 minutes to take you to get there.
Okay. I take off running. I'll be back. I'll make it.
Now the fun one. Roll a Constitution check.
Oh shit, you didn't tell me that was gonna happen. I take it all back. Where do I do cons check? I think I click.
If you
that.
click on the con in your player sheet, if you click, yeah,
Boop 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 boop.
Nice.
That's where he's going to collapse.
That doesn't collapse. But you get to the tavern and you are completely gassed out. Like you're like holding yourself up against the wall, just.
The real question is, can I get this conversation done doing the thieves can't bullshit in time to run back?
We're gonna find out, aren't we?
So I go in, find the information broker,
Mm-hmm.
and thieves can't. I tell him all the details of the heist, except I tell him that I contacted some friends and led the Skavens to attack and snuck in, and we were able to retrieve what we needed and get out of there.
So you're telling
Unscathed.
him that you
I'm telling him
plotted with
that,
Skaven?
yeah, but he doesn't know me as Ezekiel. I used a fake name with him last time.
Okay.
And so I'm lying to him, but telling him that we used the cover of a Skaven attack to slip in, grab some goods, and get out.
Roll deception.
I'm good at deception. Please don't fuck me.
What the hell is that?
15?
I thought we had time for shopping.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going shopping.
Fox, how did you do that?
In your compendiums, you have shops. So I found the shops, and then I bought the thing.
I didn't even know that was a thing. That's cool.
Automation,
you can do what?
baby.
What?
Allow managed to teach you. If you go to the top right-hand corner, where
Mhm.
right next to the settings, there's compendium packs.
Mhm.
go down and you see items, journal entry, shops, city, shops, town, shops, village. Click that open. You see a whole bunch of places like a blacksmith where you can automatically
City
buy.
shop.
That's cool.
And then it minuses the gold. And then Richter can say yes or no.
Interesting.
That is really cool.
You're welcome.
Do I get
The
this?
more you know.
Yeah, he buys your story. He thinks it's absolutely hilarious that you piggybacked your raid onto escape an attack.
Like I just tell him, I'm like, you told me that it was suicide going in there, so why risk our necks? I tell him that we killed a bunch of the Skaven in the end, and now we're heroes.
So you got what you were looking for, and managed to convince the city that you saved everyone from rats. That's genius.
Thank you. Well, if you ever have any more information, just know I can handle any jobs.
I'll keep it in mind.
And then I make my way out of there and start running. All beleaguered and tired.
Con check.
$13?
So the amount of time it took you to get there, plus the conversation, and the run back. They said they were leaving at 3 hours. You come sprinting around the corner as like there's three of them standing on the gangway just waiting for you to come, and like they're checking the sky, seeing how much time has passed. And they're like, "You had about 15 minutes before we left."
I was like, it was never any trouble. And I walk across the gangway and then collapse on the deck and just kind of lay there, breathing really heavy.
Oh, buddy.
So as you collapse on the deck, uh, the bozeman walks up and just swiftly kicks you right in the ribs. Says, "Get off my fucking deck and get out of the way."
Rude. And I'll
I
get
just
up.
look down and I just fireman carry and
Oh,
walk
perfect.
to where we're supposed to be.
I let myself be carried. Cardinal, you're not so bad. I don't care what the others say
Thanks.
about you. You're good in my book.
You see, Cardinal stops dead. What did you say?
I said you're good in my
What did
book.
they say about me?
They say you're
We're
kind
going
of
to
a
have a
party
nice long
pooper.
talk.
I don't see it personally, but Bertrand, he says things a little judgy sometimes.
I am going to pluck this oversized chicken. Bertrand!
What?
Good thing he's paying attention too.
Perfect.
That was perfect.
I grab that bird and I say, "You've
Don't
been
mind me.
talking about me behind my back, I see."
I go find a nice place out of the way to lay down and just kind of take a little afternoon siesta and catch my breath.
Why would I be talking about you behind your back? At least I have the courage to talk to you in your face if there's ever an issue.
So you admit it. You called me a pooper
No.
of the party. I see you.
Who's feeding you this bird shit?
I point at Ezekiel.
I'm passed out taking a nap.
I'd kick him in the ribs.
Fuck!
You just
Roll
have an
d20.
owl foot. Brink.
I didn't say a strength test. I just said D20. You rolled a 5. That works.
You don't get to re-roll just because it was a bad roll. You clicked the wrong thing.
But you do connect on the opposite rib. So if the bosun kicked him on the left side, you kicked him on the right side, just right underneath the arm. I just wanted to see if you were kicking the same area, if you'd make the bruise bigger.
I will stuff you and slow roast you in an oven and serve you for Thanksgiving. And then I go back to sleep. Take
I
like
kick
a
him a
nice.
little harder.
We have such a love between our party, guys.
Roll a D20.
What did you say?
You kick him a little lower than you did the first time. It's like you're just barely catching the bottom rib.
I said your attitude's really foul.
I fly off into the rafters above him, and
No poop jokes. No poop jokes. Okay, so yeah, you guys all get on the ship. You've got your quarters down below, and shortly
How-
after Ezekiel
Before the ship
collapses.
leaves,
Yes.
how much is this regular chest? Just a small chest.
Um,
Here, I can find it for you.
I've been trying to find one and I can't find just a small chest.
Yeah, there is. Common chest, 5 gold pieces in the general store.
General store? Okay.
Mm-hmm. God, I'm good at this.
Aha! Okay. I will buy one of those.
Yes, Booty, that was a good insult.
Thank you.
okay. So yeah, the ship leaves pretty much right on schedule.
The ship lives.
Lives.
You know, of all people to be harping on how well we can speak, I think you'd be the last one that should do that.
Meh.
Meh. You became a fucking drinking game, but meh. Yes, the ship live. The ship leaves, heads downriver. Someone roll a d20.
I got it. Or that. Tobias will head up to the bow and just lean up and just enjoy the trip.
And one more d20.
Woo! On a roll for low rolls.
It's a good thing these don't really matter. Yeah, you make it down the river, little to no problem. Takes you a little over 2 days, about 2.5. Just because the ship's not sailing that well.
I wonder whose fault it is. I will get Bertrand.
Man, nothing is
What?
working in this program today.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Well,
D&D's best
private.
played as theater of the mind. Everything else is
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Decor.
convenient.
Okay. What was the name of the ship that we really liked? The Mary. What was
Goose
it?
Chase.
The Mary Goose Chase. Okay. Sorry.
Are you etching that into the chest?
No, I was putting that into the Discord chat, but that would be a good name for the chest too.
Okay, so as the ship, the second day's dawn breaks, the water's starting to increase in speed as you're getting closer to the outlet. And Tobias, roll a perception for me.
Oh, so close.
Doesn't help. Okay. So you're below decks as you're approaching Marienburg, and you can you smell something that is just absolutely vile and brings back the worst memories for you. Um, you can smell like almost like desperation on the winds, as well as like a rotting marshland mixed with old fish, and you know that you're home.
Yeah, we've got the. I just had the map up. What do I do with it? Cursed marshes next to Marienburg.
So that's here. Marienburg.
Now, why is it working for you but not me? Oh, I'm gonna break this program. Okay, yeah. So you would have noticed it earlier, but being below decks, it took a little while to get down to you. So as you come up on deck to see the city, it's as you're sailing through the gates that lead into Marienburg. Let's see. Do I have?
While you're looking at that, I'll come up and put my hand on Tobias's shoulder and just be like, "Oh, so this is where you're from?"
Yeah, partly.
It's always strange returning home, isn't it?
Especially when you dye your hair.
Do they not like you dyeing your hair here?
No, I kind of did it just to get away on my own. Not in a bad way, but just to head out. Marienburg seems to be locked at 99%.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
You dyed your hair?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So as you come into the city, you're coming in from the east side of it, and it's the look matches the smell of it. There are docks that line all the islands that are filled with small fishing vessels, um, and you can see like there's discarded fish carcasses just kind of like floating on top of the waves, and seagulls that make you very wary about stepping out from underneath an overhang. Um, it is vile and gross, and there is a bit of charm in the building appearances. They all kind of, what's the best way to say it? Um, with how depressed even the buildings look, it seems like they have a life of their own. They're kind of like sagging and leaning into each other, like they need the support to just make it through another day's worth of work.
So this is like in the Klaus, the Netflix Christmas movie, the place where the postman goes. Anybody watch that?
Obscure
No.
references, buddy? Jesus Christ.
Say that one more time.
I'll find it. Hang on. There's a Netflix movie, Klaus. It's a Christmas movie, kinda.
Don't know it.
Okay. Well, as you enter in the city, um, the ship heads to a dock along the northern bank, and they pull in and say, "This is as far as we were told to take you. You guys are free to head out and conduct whatever business you need to conduct within this lovely, lovely city."
You don't happen to be
Gotcha.
going to Ulfwan, do you?
No, our course was taking us down to Tilia.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
as we get off the boat and onto the docks, I'll tell everyone, uh, Father might be able to arrange us a boat, or might know one, but it might not be one we want to take into Ulthan. We'll see.
How do you mean we don't?
Yeah,
Is it
we'll see.
Is he a smuggler?
No, no, he's very important, very
Okay.
rich. So I'll try and lead everyone home and to talk to my father and see if he knows of any ships heading that direction.
Marienburg is a empire town, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tobias, roll survival. Let's see how well you remember the city.
Marienburg has a cool map.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't take you long to get your bearings. You know roughly the way to get to your father's. So you're heading to your house.
Well, to where my father would be in the middle of the day.
Okay. Um, I'd say it takes you about 45 minutes. You're roughly heading to. Um,
There's a place called Luigi's Town.
What?
Luigi's Town?
Luigi's Town. All right, where is that?
I'm thinking it's
The
a me, a Luigi.
so your father's establishment is over in Rima's Way, down by number 4. Yeah, about 45 minutes to get it through the city to get over there. And as you're approaching, it's as busy as you expect it would be for this time of day. But no one makes a big deal of you approaching. They're all so focused on the work they're not really paying attention to what's happening outside.
What kind of work?
Shipwright?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank, your
All right.
father's a boat builder? Or Tobias?
Sort of, sort of. He's really not really a builder, more of a broker. He's here picking up important supplies we can't get at, and I'll air quote home.
Where's
And then
home?
as we walk in the door, I'll put on the mask.
You are so confusing, you know that?
Where's home?
And I'll say you'll probably be able to figure it out in a minute.
You put on the mask.
The helmet.
Yeah, no, I get what you're putting on.
I don't understand it.
fun
Okay.
times
I,
music.
I
So
kind of
you're
understand, but at the same
bad?
time, even I'm a little confused. Okay. Um,
Well,
so you put it
it's
on
a
as you.
Corsair helmet. Uh, a famous Corsair helmet from my
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
right?
I know where you got it from. Um, and you put it on before you walk in.
Well, as I walk into the
As you walk in.
door. Yeah.
Okay. Um, yeah, there's a clerk standing behind the desk, and he looks up at you. As you're walking in, he's focused on the ledger he's writing in. He hears you come in. He looks up, and sees the mask on, the helmet on, and he just kind of like squints at you in confusion. It's like he's not sure why someone would come in with a helmet that obscures their face. Says, "Can can I help you?"
Uh, I am Lord Furion's son. I'm here to see him.
Okay. And he just kind of like looks over his shoulder, and there's one of the guys that's working on a shelf behind him looks equally confused and runs off to grab your father. And he comes out and says, "I gotta see how you spelled this. The Shenshar? Is that you?"
It is, and I'll bow, but I'll keep my eyes on him. And then after I bow, I'll take off the helmet, the helmet with the obscured face and glowing eyes.
I'll be honest. The last thing I was expecting was to see you here today.
Yep, we're on a mission for the Empire, saving the world. You know, standard stuff.
We are on a mission from God.
He just laughs like, "So you're the humans have you saving what? Did the Emperor's horse get loose or something? What is saving the world for the humans?"
The Chaos Forces raided the humans, and now we need to get back a sword and translate some Chaos Force magic, stuff like that. But the bad part is we've got to head to Alpha, and I was hoping to use your help or knowledge to book a ship.
And his face just drops. He's like, "You want to book a ship to Althwan?
I don't want to, but that's where
What
we're headed.
what makes you think I can send a ship there at all?"
Well, it's probably not a Drushi ship, but you're my first stop to see if you know of anyone that's going that direction.
No.
Do I recognize the name Lord Furion?
Roll a history.
You probably noticed that Lord Furion is most definitely a dark elf.
Well, yes and no, because dark elves just look like any other elves, but
Like,
not as pretentious as elves you've seen.
but like black hair, black eyes.
Isn't Dark Elves considered chaos?
Nope.
No, no,
No,
no, no.
well,
Very, very angry. Very
Yes.
angry.
yeah.
Very
They're
angry.
They're well, they also worship a queen and the blood god in a on the side essentially. But yeah,
if,
they're
if
definitely evil, but they're
if you
not.
want
I
to
Yeah,
don't
get
know if they're
into
yeah.
it,
chaos.
there are dark elves that worship Slanesh. Yes. The main god worshipped by dark elves is not the blood god. It is the bloody-handed god of murder.
that's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, not.
Um.
Yeah, it's close, but not quite. Rather than just morally black, they're just a shade or two above that.
Yeah. So you're looking for a ship to get to Ultima. Like anything that I'd be sending out to the seas, the only way I could think of a ship that would be heading there would be as raiders.
Yeah. Well, I expected as much, but I figured you'd be the best first stop for us here in town. So, oh, and I meant to introduce you. My mistake, Father. And I'll say that's Bertrand, the warrior. Caligar, the inventor. There's Cardinal,
I'm a
the holy
paladin,
person.
sir.
And I'll say, and there's Ezekiel, the nobleman.
Well, trying to be one again, former, yes.
And he kind of looks around, and it seems like he's taking particular note of how close you're all standing. And I want you all to roll a d20, except for Tobias.
Did I get anything on an 18 history check as far as knowing
No.
his? Okay,
No, you've got no idea.
just a d20.
Just a d20.
That's
I
a
don't know
one.
why I rolled test.
Oh, just as you're selected as the.
Even lower.
Okay.
Like
So
to
he.
note, my hand is like slightly twitchy as I just give a curt nod after my introduction, but that's about it.
So he's taking particular note of how close everyone is standing. Calgar, you're standing the furthest away. So he just kind of like glazes over you. His eyebrow kind of like lifts a bit. That Ezekiel's next. Still a fair distance away. Then he looks at the blatantly obvious paladin from Bretonia, and he's like genuinely confused. And then he looks at Cardinal, gets this little smile on his face, looks at Tobias and goes, "Really? That one?"
Uh, things get weird in the wilds.
I thought I raised you better, son.
Tobias laughs, but like nods. Yeah, you have a point.
Are they speaking common?
Yes.
I look over to Ezekiel to make sure. Are they talking about me?
Yes?
Yes, they're talking about you,
Yes.
Cardinal.
Yes, I am talking about you. Um, let me. Has my son explained his heritage to you guys at all?
No, he's been rather vague.
And he's been a dick about it.
I would expect nothing less. Have you heard of the term Druki before?
No.
Dookie?
No, not Dookie.
Sounds very similar.
Let's just say a long time ago, our people had a disagreement with the elves in Ulthuan, and we kind of went our own ways. Our history is a little more martial. Um, and for someone of my son's standing, how close someone is physically allowed to get to them is dictated by how close they are personally. And he kind of like snaps his fingers, and one of the servants from the back comes out with this just your standard short sword. He walks out, holds the sword out to Calgar, says, "You, for a dwarf, it's actually right where I expect you to be. Beyond 3 sword lengths." Ezekiel, you're right at that tip and goes, "You, that distance is for someone that is known." Turns to Bertrand and goes, "That is the distance for someone that is trusted." And turns to Card and goes, "The distance you're at," and he lays the sword onto your shoulder so like half the blade goes past. He goes, "That is for someone that is
Dead meat?
intimate or a plaything."
Your son wishes he could reach my level, darling.
If
But
only you knew how much
would have
money
been
he had.
nice to know. I don't care about money. I have more.
Have I heard
But
so? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say it would have been nice to know this before we came here. I look at Tobias.
Yeah, I stand by what I did.
I look
We'll
at
see.
Tobias and I go, not trusted, huh? Goes both ways, pal.
So I'll say thank you, Father. Um, it was good to see you again, and we'll head out to the docks, see if we can find a ride to Ulfon.
There is a good possibility. There is something out there. I can't. I. It's not that I can't help you. I refuse to help you in that sense. Um, if you find something that's going to take you across the sea, do be aware that making it there in one piece is going to be very, very difficult.
Well, I know you may look down on those of us from other races, but I can assure you we are quite capable, regardless of however you feel about us, so you won't need to waste a thought on your son. Even though he doesn't trust me, I'll keep him safe.
Oh, he's not the one I'm worried about. What you're going to come across, he will be perfectly safe from. The rest of you, mm, let's just say, you look like you'd make very good slaves if you survive. Or depending on where you wind up, you'll be something's plaything.
I don't like
And
this.
I'm
I don't
disappointed
like
I
this
won't
at
be
all.
there to find out what it's gonna be.
Tobias just smiles and bows. Say, I will return, father.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
And then I walk out the door.
Cardinal does like walks out the door. I'm gonna throw hands with an old man, I swear to God.
I'm walking out with Cardinal. But I'm like strictly not turning my back. I'm just walking out backstepping.
Roll a dexterity for me. Just straight dexterity.
Dexterity.
Hunter, did you have to go for your thing?
I'm putting my shoes on.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I just saw the time.
Yeah, Calgar, you think you're being like, I don't even know how to phrase it. You think you're being intimidating, being like, I won't even turn my back to you. Once
No,
you're
it's just
backing up,
I wasn't trying to be
you're
intimidating. I just don't want to turn
there's
my back on them.
a little bit there.
Legitimately.
You're
I
backing up,
fly
and, like you're having
backwards out
just
the
like
door.
clumping on the wooden floor, and then you go straight into the wall. You miss the door by about 3 feet.
I just slide against the wall until I get to the door and keep backstepping.
I linger.
Are you not going with your friends?
Eh, just give him an eye. And I go, you know, sometimes I can look past people being pretentious when future business endeavors could be mutually beneficial between us.
All right, I gotta go.
Right, see you, Hunter.
Later.
Bye, Hunter.
See ya.
Fun.
Bye.
So, what business ventures do you think that you could bring to me that I would possibly be interested in?
I don't know now, but in the future, you seem like the type of person who would know the ins and outs of finding smugglers, and I might in the future need people who can smuggle.
Let's see if you live first. Get out.
I flip them off and walk out the door.
I'm gonna head outside, look at Tobias, and say, I don't like your dad.
You say you do like him?
I do not.
Hmm.
I don't
I
think I'm gonna like this place very much. What was that about slavery?
I kind of speed walk to catch up to the party.
That's not what he was saying. He was saying Ulthon is a boring place filled with boring elves. He's saying we might get raided by dark elves and they'll take you slaves.
They'll take the point of my rapier right through their throat.
Yeah, let's say that's going to happen.
What does that mean?
Well, my people are famous for raiding all across the sea. So that's just one of the dangers we'll have to face to get to Ulthon.
And I'm
Rangers I
famous
can
for being
handle.
a rat bastard.
Sorry, what'd you say, Ezekiel?
I said, and I'm famous for being a rat bastard.
Still on about the rats.
I know. That's just one of my
Who was
favorite
that?
insults.
Sorry, who talked?
So after that, do I know where we could go to find out which ships are headed out and where they're headed out to?
Roll a history.
Okay.
You know that in the past you've seen like trade ships leave from pretty much anything that's connected to water, um, but you have seen Elvish trade ships that have left from the Brunewater Canal, right in the middle of the city there.
Relatively close to us.
Yeah,
Right.
it'd take you about 20 minutes to get there.
All right, I'll lead the way and I'll head over there. And if you guys were paying attention, you'll notice my eyes were very, very black as well. But my hair dyed blonde.
Are you gonna sell us out, Tobias?
Not intentionally, but if it happens, it happens. Or I'm not going to seek it out. That's what I mean.
Insight check.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, fire away.
I do not like that one bit.
And Tobias can roll persuasion or deception, however he chooses. Just do it privately. You guys believe him.
Okay. I put my hand on his shoulder. I look him in the black eyes, and I say, "I trust you. And trust should go both ways." And then I turn and walk away. I could be petty.
You know, I feel like somebody keeps using a phrase that I have used sarcastically. I don't
Oh,
like it here.
you caught on to that.
I don't like anybody here. You're all terrible. Caligar, I require drinks.
Easily done.
Didn't he give you a mug of your own?
I did.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm drinking with him, obviously.
Oh, okay.
God, I don't like any of these
Yes.
other two fuckers.
Thought you were asking him to share.
I would never. Please.
Okay, so yeah, you guys head down to the docks, and after say about 10 minutes of walking along, you do find you've been passing ships that clearly various different types of um, human designs. Some a little more archaic, some built for speed, some built for war, some just wide, fat, all about carrying like heavy cargo. Then you come across ships that are sleeker in design, like a more natural flow to the way the wood is shaped, and these ones are, without a doubt, these are trade ships that have come in from Oath One.
All right, I'll walk up to them and I'll walk up to the dockmaster and I'll ask him if there's any that are headed out soon.
Thanks for a second. He asks, heading out where? What is it you're...
Oh,
All
these
you've
are
asked is, are they heading out? There's ships heading out
what?
of the city all the time. You have to be a little more specific with me, bud.
Well, I meant we're at the Elvish trading docks,
Okay.
and that's what I was implying, heading out to Ulthon. But I'll say, oh, are there any ships heading out to Ulthon?
You can see there's two ships that are in dock. He points to both of them and says, these both mostly just arrived within the past week. Hoth's Grace, the one further down, they're expected to return home in about 3 days' time.
They're leaving in 3 days' time, or they're expected to be home in
They're
3
leaving in
days?
3 days' time.
And it was called Hoth's Grace or Hope's Grace?
Hoth, Hoeth. See, I gave you guys a name without even being asked about it.
I was going to ask. It was my next question. And the other one? The other ship?
Assyrian's Fire, the one beside it, end of the week.
I'm assuming that's more than 3 days. I can't see the calendar right now.
Yeah, my calendar's gone.
It is Saturday about 2 o'clock. So he's saying like Friday, Saturday, he's expecting that one to leave.
It's
So
like
5
6
days.
days.
Yeah.
And okay, what's the name of the captain for Hoth Grace?
I don't like you.
Or
He's a dick to everybody.
you could just point us towards the captain of the Hoth Grace.
Nope, I'm gonna find you a name.
Sure,
Upon
sure.
And
which
it's
we will
not
ask
gonna be a
him.
bullshit name.
The name is Legolas.
Green leaf, but with a W.
What's the going rate for armed guards on a merchant vessel through the Sea of Chaos?
Hey,
'Cause I ain't
Tobias,
gonna
how
be no.
strongly do you feel if we have to eventually kill some dark elves that are trying to capture us?
Oh, yeah. Dark elves kill dark elves all the time.
Okay, free game, got it.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you
I'm just
feel if
saying, if we lose, I'm gonna sell you out.
Got it.
The captain for Hoth's Grace is Bel Uthler. He likes to call himself the Radiant.
All right, and
Thinks he's prettier than he is.
I'll give the dockmaster 5 gold, and I'll say thank you. Would you mind if he's here? Could you point him out or tell us where he is
I would assume that he's on his ship.
on a ship? Okay, thank you. And I'll look to the group and say, let's head over to Hoth's Grace.
Tobias, how will you feel if we have to kill your father someday? Are you guys close?
It happens.
He said you're worth a lot of money. What are we talking?
Well, you don't get his money if you kill him.
No, I'm saying he said you're worth a lot of money. How much money are you worth?
Well, I've got about 1,000 gold in my pocket.
That's not what I was
Killed men
getting
for
at.
less.
Now, he's worth money. I'm off screwing around the Empire.
What made you leave?
Boredom.
You ever been on a raiding party?
Well, I was gonna ask Azriel that side on the side. I don't think I've ever been back to the Dark Elf home I'd assume not, but that was a question I was going to ask.
Oh, let's roll a history.
All right.
I'm assuming your mother is a human, given your half-elf nature.
So you've never been to Nagaroth. Let's say this will leave entirely up to you. At the very least, you have flirted with the idea of joining a raiding crew that has stopped in the port.
Would a raiding crew stop in this port? Assuming this is an Empire town, or
Humans don't really know the difference between dark elf and high elf stuff.
okay.
They all just look like elves to them.
All right. I'll say, no, I've never been on a raiding party.
Your father, he called you a name. Is that your real name? Middle name?
Yes.
What was it?
Dashinder?
Yeah,
Dashendar?
that was it. Yep.
Dashinder, yeah.
You can call me Tobias. Tobias.
I guess that depends on how close I'm allowed to stand to you.
I take out, and what do I have? I don't have any. I take out a bow staff, or a staff for the bow I have, and I hold it out, and I make sure he's 3 lengths away from me.
Oh, okay, so we're going further now, huh? Alright.
And I'm laughing
Also,
as I'm doing it.
why have you never mentioned this before? It would have been important to know.
It's. I tried doing it, tried living that way when I first started adventuring in the Empire, but it's very difficult to do. It's
Oh,
very,
yes.
yeah, and it's, I'll probably have to break this habit at some point, allowing people to get close. So,
No, it's fine. I like it. I know exactly where I stand.
yeah, you stand 3 lengths away.
Yeah, and I'm confused about where I stand.
He
Yeah.
wants to take you as his concubine.
You would have picked up
Conservative.
the way that his father phrased it. Plaything does not necessarily mean something that happens in a bedroom.
Gross. That's even worse. Maybe not. I don't know.
It can also imply
It's in
like
chains.
I'm like something I'm going to torture until it's begging for the mercy of death.
I can work with that.
So, heading up to Hoth Grace, making sure Ezekiel is 3 lengths away.
I stand
Um,
4 lengths away. And I lay out my rapier like 4 times to make sure I'm 4 lengths away. I go, what do you think about that?
I just laugh and keep headed to the boat.
Okay, as you come up to the boat, there's two seemingly lightly armored individuals just standing at the gangplank to the ship. I get you guys to roll. Well, actually, Tobias can roll history. Okay, yeah, you just recognize them as sailors. And they block your path as you come up to the gangplank, and they simply ask, "What can we help you with?"
Greetings. We were looking to get hired as guards on a trip to Ulthon.
Do you want to be hired as guards?
Well, we want to head to Ulthon, and we know the route is very dangerous, so we were looking to hopefully get hired as guards for the ship for the trip out there.
I yell from 4 sword lengths away, we're very resourceful.
Tobias, roll persuasion, and at disadvantage from Ezekiel's assistance. Okay, I was just gonna ignore the second dice, anyways. Um, so they think about it for a sec, and they're like, "We actually lost a few on the passage over. A couple extra swords might not be a bad idea." One guy's like, "Stay here. I'll be back." Heads
Sure.
up the gangplank, and he's gone for about 10 minutes before he comes back with an elf who's seen better days. It's not that he looks old; it's he's weathered. Any elves you've passed in the city, they all seem like they take very good care of themselves. They're always covered, very like young-looking skin. This is an elf that has spent his life on the sea. His his face looks rough. You actually notice there's a few wrinkles that are very rare to see as well. And he just has that power, like that powerful presence of someone who's used to being in command. And he comes down, and it is the captain, whatever I said his name was.
I'll say, is this the famous Captain Uthler?
I believe you mean Bell Uthler, Uther. What did I say?
Bell
Uthler.
Uthler.
Uthler,
Uthler.
Uthler.
Yeah.
Um, yes, and my guard here says that you want to provide services as guards on our next voyage.
Yes, you're. The dockmaster said you're headed to Ulfon in 3 days.
That's right. Yeah, at the high tide, we'll be heading out. Yes,
I shoot 2 eldritch blasts into the water.
that's very impressive.
Thank you.
Well,
Very
we're
skillful.
looking to hire ourselves as extra guards for the one-way trip to Ulfon. We have business there.
What business is gonna bring half-breed humans? And he just stops and looks at Calgar, and that to Ulthuan.
And
There's
I'll
some light. There's some lightning that starts glowing around my fist as I start getting irritated.
I'll also say to Caligar, just show him the symbol.
I'll pull out the golden symbol that we got from the Reichsmarshal. I
And he looks
show it
like,
off for about 1.5 seconds, and then I put it back away.
in that quick glimpse, he kind of chuckles and goes, "That means what to me?"
Word.
I shrug. I guess you don't need to know then.
We're
Well,
emissaries of the Empire that need to speak to the historians in Ulfwan.
Roll persuasion. It seems like you need the transportation there more than we need your assistance. We'll provide. We'll take you on as passengers for a price.
what price?
For the 5 of you, 2,000 gold.
No. we'll go talk to Assyrian's Fire, see what they say. And I turn around, and as I turn to go past Ezekiel, I make sure I give him a wide berth.
I make sure to sidestep to give him a little bit more of a wide berth.
As you turn around, the captain just says, "Good luck." He heads back up onto his ship.
Do I notice any like thieves' camp markings anywhere on the deck or on the ships or anything?
Roll perception.
No.
I'm not good at perception, but I rolled well.
Huh. I'm surprised. You do notice a mark on like the side of a building across the street from the dock, and it's very small. It's mainly just marking that there's the presence of an entrance to the Thieves Guild around there.
I just kind of walk away while they go talk to the Assyrian's Fire, because while he may not trust me, I trust Tobias to get business done. And I'm gonna, just to save time, just say I'm going there to see if they have any connections that could get us hired on or get us a fair rate on a ship.
Okay. Persuasion.
Get out of
Freaking out.
Oh, worse. That was with a +6.
They've got nothing for you.
I make my way
All I
back
can
to
say
the
is
dock.
like, because you're asking them like anything that's going to give you passage out to Ulthuan, and they just point you in the direction of the two ships. So you know, same thing you knew before. One's leaving in 3 days. One's at the end of the week. But they do have one extra piece of information for you.
Okay.
The captain of Hoth's Grace is tends to be more accommodating than the other one.
Damn it.
Well, I make my way back to the group who are talking to the Assyrians
No.
Fire. No?
He's
Sorry,
talking to the cat.
cat's misbehaving.
Oh. And I'll just wait to see how their thing goes.
Sorry, that was great.
Sorry,
Oh boy.
the cat likes to climb the sails next to my computer, which wouldn't necessarily be a problem, except he likes to get all the way to the top, panic, and then he jumps from the top.
Drop the top rope.
So, I'll head up to the Assyrian's Fire gangplank and greet any soldiers or guards or whatever that are there.
Okay. Um, there's no one guarding the end of the plank on the deck, but there is one solitary figure standing up by the railing of the ship, seemingly focused on the ledge of the right and in, completely oblivious to your approach.
I'll yell out, "Greetings, sailor. We're looking to hire ourselves as guards." What the hell's that cat doing? I don't know if you can see him in the background.
They lift their head up, look down at you, go back to their work. What do you need?
Hold up. Cat duties.
Sorry, trying to spray him from across the room. Uh, um, we're looking for a passage to Ulfon, and we were looking to hire ourselves as guards for this dangerous trip.
I don't think we need guards. We're fairly well staffed when it comes to crew. We don't need to take anyone on. Are you looking for? Would you want to be a passenger?
Possibly, depending on the price.
For the 5 of you, with a dwarf, for you and the humans, I'd say 1,500. For the dwarf, 1,500.
Question.
I
The other
didn't
guy
get.
offered 2K for all 5 of us, right? Total?
Yes.
Okay.
What were the numbers for that just now? I didn't actually catch it on my side.
1,500 a person.
Okay.
No. For Tobias and the humans was 1,500. And Bertrand, I forgot that he's actually there with you guys. So for the 4 of you, 1,500. The dwarf, on his own, is 1,500.
Hey, I don't like the guy either, but we're on a mission from God, the God Emperor.
Karl Franz is not a god.
As I'll say to Caligar, show him the thing slower this time.
I sigh. I'll pull it out. I show the other guy for 3 seconds and then put it away.
That looks important. What is it?
We're emissaries from the Empire that need to reach Alswan.
I'm gonna pat the 2 on the shoulder, say, somehow I get the feeling this isn't gonna work.
But we're traveling on our own time and have to get reimbursed later, so we don't got that kind of Skrilla, my friend.
Something as official looking as that. Is the Empire paying?
Well, you're headed there anyway, correct?
Yeah, but nothing in this life is free.
Well, we can buy our own food, help stock the ship a little bit,
You want to
cover
roll in the
ourselves
hay?
for the
I'm
trip.
down.
So we're not asking for free food. We can even do some work as well to help on the trip.
Yes, I am trying to seduce the boat captain if that gets us a deal.
Jesus.
Did I say if it was male or female?
No?
No.
Doesn't
You can
matter.
take a look. Roll perception, see if you can tell.
I don't care.
I want to know how hard you're gonna flirt.
I
Equal
sold my
opportunity.
I
He's
sold
about to
my
take
soul a
one for
long
the
time
team.
ago. You think that it matters to me? 19.
She laughs.
I throw her a wink.
Just like, not in your life, buddy.
Greater than women than you have gotten to climb this tower.
Oh, God.
And they live to be what? 60, 70 years old? Those are children in our eyes. Congratulations, you've bedded children.
I've got the experience of an elf when it comes to that department.
For fuck's sake.
Then I cast Mage Hand, and I'm like, and I got an extra hand. And
Can
my
you kill him,
point of order, my
please?
Mage Hand is not invisible because I'm not an arcane trickster.
Oh. Okay, back on track.
Say
Seduction
when.
horribly fails. Um,
Oh, worth a try.
can you guarantee that if we give you transportation We will be reimbursed for our services from the Empire.
And what is your base costs for headed over?
I've already told you the price.
It's 3K
They
for
want
all of
3,000.
us. Yeah, we don't have that
Yeah,
kind of money.
we're not going to be eating $3,000 worth of 3,000 gold worth of food for the trip.
That's not what they're asking. They're asking
Oh,
if
I
we can
understand.
guarantee that later the Empire will pay for it if they take us now for free.
I say
Well,
we try the other ship.
I say stop playing with my cord. Sorry. Um,
It's
uh,
like, I'll
I'll,
play with your cord all I want.
I'll tell the captain for Assyrian's fire. Give us a minute to think about it, and
I'm not going anywhere.
I'll
Sorry,
gather the
I'm
group
just.
and back away, and I'll say, once I got everyone out of earshot of the captain of both ships, and I'll say, we shouldn't pay either. I think we should leverage their trade contracts here in the Empire to at least cut this price down by a lot,
Cardinal,
because they're making this trip anyway. We
I
can
could
cover our own
work with
food.
cutting the cost. But I say we take the first ship. It's faster and cheaper.
Cardinal.
Yeah, but we still don't have it.
If me combined with whatchamacallit, Bastion and Ezekiel, we have a total of 1,077. Which is half of it.
Cardinal, are you capable of magically sending a message?
That could be. Why?
Well, we could get confirmation from. I've got a name. Would be the right person.
From who?
Oh god, are you gonna start pestering Carl France with sendings?
No, I'm not gonna go to the fucking Emperor.
No, that would be hilarious.
Would that be Lecter? Oh, yeah, Lecter Agatha von Born, or would that be more of a? Oh wait, Amadeus Mencken, the ambassador, ambassadorial issues. If you could send them a message because we met them and you'd be familiar with them to see if they can. For
We
the
don't have to
mission
go
we're
all the
on.
way up. There is a leader here in this town, is there not? We show him the badge, say we require passage.
Yeah, we could
That's
try
what
that.
I was saying. We talked to the Empire leader of this town,
Gotcha.
and we leverage his power to even allow these trade ships in here to go over there. Now, I'm not saying they should give us passes. That's why I said at first we can work for it, but we can cover our own food. That's what I'm saying. We should go leverage that. And we've got at least 3 days. We got 5 days, and then more ships later, probably.
Alright.
I think that's a good route.
So let me handle this. Can I go to the other ship's captain and say bye to this lady?
Okay.
I say bye and I give her a wink.
She just flat out ignores you.
They usually do the
Buddy,
first time.
give up while you can. I'm gonna assume.
She
Okay,
just
never
get
mind.
clawed, Frank. Tobias.
Can I go up to that person?
He jumped right up between my legs. No clawing, but it was a surprise.
Quit playing with that cord.
Wrong cord. Damn it.
I'm sorry. The first time he said it, my brain just went to Ezekiel's mage hand. Just
Oh no!
that's why I kept laughing. I couldn't
Meanwhile,
stop
Richter is
myself.
stone faced because we're keeping him from sleep. I go
No,
to the
I was
captain
just
and
reading everything you guys were chatting about before. Anyway,
well,
sorry, keep going.
yes, I would like to go to the captain and say, 2,000 is a little bit pricey. Could you reduce the price if we earn our keep on the ship? Otherwise, we might have to resort to more desperate measures.
What do you consider more desperate measures?
We could go right up to the, what do they call the leader of this town?
Graph.
Mayor.
See a graph. Mayor. We could go to the mayor and threaten your contracts. It is imperative we get to Othon.
Roll persuasion.
Okay, okay. Big money.
If I give him a stern look, can she get advantage?
No.
Very angry dwarf.
Damn it.
The only look that you have is a stern look.
I look more stern than usual.
I don't. The cost for passage is the cost for passage. What kind of services can you provide if I do hire you on as crew?
I'm a healer, a cleric of sorts. The rest of us are warriors.
If you have anything broken, I can fix it.
I'm really good in bed and really good with a rapier.
I'm good at stabbing things that are way over there.
Well, it never hurts to have an archer. A
And the bird
blowhard
can
we've already
fly,
got. We don't
actually.
need the human that's trying to look fancy with his magical armor there. If you're able to provide services to
Be it the
2,000
ship, be
before,
it be it the ship, be it your armor, be it your weapons. I can fix it all.
I can knock 500 off for you.
I look at Tobias. Do you have 500 gold?
Yeah, I have 500 gold.
Okay. How much does Bird Brain over there have? Does he have enough to cover his own
Yeah, his
400?
400 gold.
He's got 25.
Oh, no.
Lord Jesus. Okay.
Oh wait, he said he
Right.
knocked 500 off, so 1,500 total
So
across
300
5
each?
people.
We'll take it.
We need a receipt.
Yeah.
The half elf will take care of that since I'm not allowed too close to him.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, welcome
Fucking broke
aboard.
again.
Nice to have you as part of the crew. I guess we'll tolerate the dwarf.
I just grunt.
I have to see something here.
It's
How
10
long is the
silver.
trip expected to be?
10 silver is 1 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 silver is 1 gold. 10 gold is 1 platinum.
Tobias.
Yes.
When Calgar grunts, there's some crew that are lining the railing of the ship. They're just kind of listening to this exchange. And they start laughing. And you hear them. They're talking quietly, but you can make out what they're saying in Elvish. And one turns to the guy beside him and says, maybe while they're on the ship, we give the dwarf a shave.
All right. Why says nothing.
They can try.
They say, wait, what
You,
language do they say that in?
Elvish, which the only person that understands that is the elf.
Yeah, no, I speak a different language.
Okay, yeah, so you got yourselves passage booked. And I think that's a good enough place to wrap this up because I can't pull any more crap out of my ass for this.
Sure.
Yeah, they can try. I'm going to be putting alarm and arcane. What is it? Arcane lock on the door. Alarm around me specifically.
You have no idea what was said, though.
I'm on a Drakari ship. You think I'm gonna
No,
take
no.
chances?
These are just high elves.
I don't care. They're more elves. You think I'm gonna take chances when I'm on a Elky ship?
You
Cardinal, I
assume
give
you're
you a
gonna
full
have a
No.
door.
I give you a full 300 in gold and platinum because I didn't realize how much silver I had.
Get the camera. Get the camera.
Okay, you have 300.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
We can figure out
have
how you guys are
100
distributing the
and
money for
yeah.
this later.
Yeah.
But
Off
yeah,
stream.
I think we'll call it a night there, and then whenever we come back to this, you get to have a nice little trip across the ocean.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Have a good night.